Pop once more has went on another rampage, not so much focused on Trump, despite the fact that I loved him for that. Many people didn't. You guys can have your thoughts, whatever, in the comments, sure. But I actually love what he had to say. The Spurs won, they set a record, and he still had this to say. He's never happy, which is a great sign of a great coach.
Part of the Spurs. They had some guys out, we had some guys out, but they had a lot more out than we did. And I thought we showed a lack of humility, a lack of respect for the opponent, a very pathetic performance at both ends of the court, both in execution and in grunt, in fiber, in desire. It was an awful performance. Oh, and they deserved to win the basketball game. I forgot to say that.
It's a perfect example of a great coach understanding that you cannot get complacent. Yeah, they're asking him about a record that they set. They're asking him about how the Spurs are looking good and the Mavericks dropped down to 2-11 on the season. But Popovich has always got his eyes on the way his system works and how his team is playing. He wasn't happy. He said it was a pathetic performance, but they were still able to get the job done. Now, this is a man who constantly speaks his mind, does not care who hears it. There's no filter on him. And that's why I loved his comments beforehand. A lot of people were questioning whether or not he should have vocalized his thoughts on Donald Trump. I thought his thoughts on the matter, yes, I know Trump is almost a Voldemort to mention on a sports channel. I don't give two flying fucks anymore. He talked about Donald Trump in the way that a lot of people should be talking about it. He didn't criticize all Trump fans. He didn't criticize all Republicans. He didn't taint everyone with the same brush, which I've been talking about whenever you see me on the politics channel. He said that basically what this country seems to stand for at the moment, some of the homophobic hate crimes that are on the rise, the racism, the sexism, makes him sick to his stomach. I don't see the problem in saying that. That doesn't take away from his ability to coach his team. It doesn't cast a negative shadow on the sport of basketball or his squad. He's just saying what a lot of people out there think. If he was to come out and start scrutinizing mass audiences and start scrutinizing all Trump fans en masse, which I've seen a lot of people do, and I don't like it, I vocalized that as well, then yeah, I would maybe think that that's the best way, because I'm sure there's plenty of Trump fans who support the Spurs, who turn up week in, week out to support his team. But he wasn't. He was just simply vocalizing what he thought on the matter at hand and how it made him feel. And he's not going to be told one way or another how he feels, because we know Gregg Popovich at this point. It is one of his best qualities. He speaks as it is. He doesn't put a filter on for anyone, whether it's the sport of basketball, whether it's politics, whether it's the goings-on in this world. If there's an issue that he believes has to be addressed, he will address it. And this is another clear example of that. His team won. They didn't play the way he wanted them to play. There's plenty of room for improvement. He let them know. I'm sure the players weren't crying over spilled milk in this example. I'm sure they understood that their coach was not happy with the way they won that game. He understands that in order to play to the same level as the Golden State Warriors and everyone else in this very competitive Western Conference, they have to play better than that. There's no problem in that. He's not ripping his team to make them feel bad. This is a great coach, and we should all stand by it. Hit me up on Twitter. What do you think of Gregg Popovich's rant? Let me know in the comments section and on Instagram. Francis Maxwell host. And as always, I'll see you guys very soon.